Zizzy Baluba.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Newman.
And I'm Chris Carr. And we are Two Filthy Casuals.
Yeah, we are. We know that getting into a new fandom can be intimidating with all the gatekeepers out there.
It sure can. And that's why on this podcast, we invite a super fan on. That way they can answer your questions about a fandom. You can dip your toe in, sans judgment.
And we are so excited to welcome our guest this week. He's an improviser, coach, a producer from the Improv Collective in Orange County, currently on an Armando team in OC called Teacher's Lounge, and a coach for an upcoming long-form house team at the same venue. Such a funny person, such a delight. Please welcome Mikey Robledo.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Did I put my can directly in the camera?
Kind of. That's okay.
No, it's okay. This is how we get sponsors. Yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Celsius. Stop being cowards. Sponsor us.
Look, it's almost a Lonnie season.
That's true.
I'm going to pivot.
They're going to miss their window.
Put out more seasonal flavors.
Yeah.
Celsius.
That's very, very true.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We will, probably a couple of times, but
I'll throw it in there somehow. Absolutely.
Any thoughts on energy drinks, Mikey?
They're great.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Can you say that right into the camera with a thumbs up?
Yeah.
We're trying to get sponsors.
Yeah. Celsius, Alani.
Yum, 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 yum. We can edit something in there. That'll be great.
Perfect.
But we're here to talk about Pee Wee Herman. And look at that. Thank you for costuming.
Of course.
Yes.
For bringing props.
Yes.
We love.
For those of you who are not joining us on the YouTube, we have a Pee Wee doll. We have a Pee Wee costume.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mikey is in the full Pee Wee suit right now.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
Thank you.
Is our little Pee Wee friend here, is that a vintage find or is that something you've had for a very long time?
I've had this since 2000. So the story behind this is I got the original one, which was in 87, 88, or 89. And this one, that one was a pull string. So I don't remember this, but my mom always likes telling the story. When I got that doll for Christmas, I had a cousin who wanted that doll, and he started crying. And apparently I gave him that doll as like, oh, it's okay, here you go. And I don't remember that. I'm like, I don't remember being that nice. But I'm like, oh, okay. So they released this in the late 90s. And I remember opening it, and it was the Pee Wee doll. And my mom told me the story of why she got this for me. So I've always had this since late 90s. So,
a nice drop on the humble brag of what a good person.
I know.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm trying.
I can't recall, but apparently I'm a hero.
I'm a little angel.
And I always have been.
Yeah. But I've had this for a while. And it's great that this is like one of the few things that I've had from my childhood. As far as the Pee Wee, because I also used to collect the, I had the toys, I had the Playhouse as well, and I was just a huge fan.
Yeah.
Like I was a big fan, as you can tell. So.
Thank God, you're in the right place.
Yes.
Well, for why? Why are you a huge fan?
I remember I grew up in the 80s, so I think my first introduction was Pee Wee's Playhouse. So a lot of kids basically would watch certain things that kind of like, they would watch on Saturday mornings, and Pee Wee's Playhouse was one of my things. And I think it was the colorfulness, the whole aesthetic of like him talking to puppets and talking to humans, just talking to everybody about having fun. And the character Pee Wee doesn't have like an age range. Like there's no age range for him of like how old is he. I think Paul Reubens kept that very ambiguous throughout the tenure of this character. And for me, I just love the fact that he was playful and like silly and like just having fun. I don't know. It's just really like it really caught my eye, and I really like gravitated towards that. And especially even like when you grow up, you kind of lose certain things. Like, oh, I don't like that anymore. I've always been a big fan.
Yeah.
Like, always been a big fan of the Pee Wee Herman character. And nothing against, like, anything else that Paul Reubens did as far as, like, his other career. Like, I tried to, like, watch certain things, but it was hard for me to, like, get into Blow or to get into Mystery Men, which Mystery Men was actually a really good movie.
Movie's great.
But, like...
It's so jarring to see him out
Yeah.
of character,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm sure you're so good. I just can't. It's so...
But the Pee Wee character has always resonated with me. And because, like, it's all just one suit. It's all one character. It's like, you know, you like, I'm a huge Simpsons fan, too. And everybody wears the same clothes on that show.
Yeah.
And it's just a trope that you see. And it's the same thing with him. He's always wearing the same suit, same... everything. The hair is the same, and it never changes. And you just know and you identify with it.
Yeah.
So I just love the character in general, just for being so positive and so loving in nature, along with a little bit of attitude at certain times. So it's been great. So yeah,
It is so funny. That is one of those, just hearing you talk about that, it's like, oh, if you tried to put an age on Pee-wee, it would destroy it instant. Like, there's this weird tightrope illusion of, like,
Yeah.
he's sort of a man-child.
Yes.
Like, he's not quite an
Absolutely.
adult. He's not quite a kid. And even, like, the show itself and all the Pee-wee and, like, the Pee-wee movies, it's like, it's this weird balancing act of, like, who is this for exactly?
Right.
And that's kind of the magic trick of it.
Yeah.
Of, like, he's not quite a kid. He's not quite a grown adult. This isn't quite a kid show. It isn't quite, like, pushing too many boundaries as like an adult show. Like, it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but it's never like, oh shit, my kid shouldn't have heard that.
Yeah.
So it's this
Yes.
weird, it just is making me think about how much Pee-wee is this like weird tightrope act of,
right, absolutely.
of like, who is he and who is this for? And it's like kind of the less, it worked because he never got pushed into locking those things down. I feel like if we had like modern executives, it'd be like, but how old is Pee-wee?
Yeah.
You know? It would, like, we'd have like a backstory and it'd
Yeah.
ruin
Yeah.
everything.
It's the Blues Clues thing, where it was like, so Steve went off to college, and every parent went, he went to college? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting too that you know, a lot of people's like first knowledge of Pee Wee Herman was a show that he did in the early 80s, like 81, 82, and it went on HBO, and that's when HBO was like, I guess, a little bit bigger than I mean, I'm sure it's huge now, but like but having that platform, and that was the first introduction of Pee Wee Herman, but that was for adults. You know what I mean? So that was just a bunch of innuendos and same idea, him in his playhouse with his friends and his puppet pals, and having to that episode basically was him wanting to learn how to fly. Like he wished to learn, he wanted to fly basically. And but there was just a bunch of innuendos in that just kind of like, and that was the funny part about it, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, he got popular, he did the movie, and then he did the children's playhouse. And that was like, you know, when that was airing, I was like, oh, I don't know if I was born or not, but yeah, it was just one of those things where your first introduction is this character, then the movie, and then, oh, we're going to do a children's show with this same character. Having kind of the same type of, like, jokes in the TV show as they did in the previous show, but a little bit more towards children.
Yeah, they walk that line a little more.
Of course, yeah.
Well, I have to assume, because I know Pee-wee, if you are tuning in and you somehow don't know who Pee-wee Herman is, right, this character came from Groundlings.
Yes.
So I have to assume, I haven't seen a ton of footage of him doing it at Groundlings, but like that is, if you're not familiar, like one of the big comedy schools and theaters in LA, but it's very geared towards adults.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
have to assume it was just more a one-to-one of what he was doing, what Paul Reubens was doing
Yeah.
at Groundlings,
Yeah.
with some more adult
So
humor.
you know, he's from Florida originally, decided to try the acting thing. So he came to LA or around this area. He actually went to Cal Arts for a good amount of time. And so he studied art there. And I'm not sure if he studied like theater or I can't remember, but he went there. And then he started doing stuff at the Groundlings. And he created this character because he wasn't really good at telling jokes. So a lot of the jokes would be like how did the chicken cross the road? And then punchline. And so like he started doing those types and it just resonated with a lot of people. His first appearance as Pee Wee Herman was on the, it was on the dating show, the dating game.
Oh.
Yes. So the funny thing is I can't remember what the year was. Sorry, my timeline, y'all have Google. Y'all can look this up. But his first appearance was on...
Shut up.
Yeah.
Chill. You yelling at going, what year? Fuck off.
Yeah.
Go on,
Pause
Mikey.
it and Google it.
What do you, I'm listening to this in the car. I can't Google. A cop pulled me over and it's Amy's fault.
It's another moment of stop. Do you want ChatGPT to tell you about what Paul Reubens did? Do you want that? That's how it feels.
Stop DMing me. It's not my fault that you got arrested. I didn't tell you to swing on that cop when he pulled you over.
It's true.
You
can't
job.
prove it in the
good
court.
job. Keep up the good work.
We'll bail him out. Don't worry.
No, we don't.
Oh, we don't have to bail you
Go
out.
to patreon.com/2fieldingangels5.
Yeah, take that money.
That's
you're
our
gonna
bail money.
Yes, there you go. Sorry. I forget that this is very sensitive. His first stint was on the dating on the dating game, and he played this period character, and he got chosen. Like the person chose Pee Wee Herman or Paul Reubens as Pee Wee Herman.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I mean, it is rough in these streets, so I get it.
Truly, whatever fruits your loops.
Yeah.
However.
We did just establish, though, this is a kind of Peter Pan-esque ethereal being
You know,
who has no age.
We haven't locked in an age, but
questions would be arisen.
you know,
yeah.
why don't you sit down and have some lemonade? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fascinating. Continue.
yeah, thank
I
you.
want to know.
Yes.
I want to know what that person's up to.
I do too. I'm like, hey. Well, I mean, we find out later that Paul Reubens probably wasn't into her.
Sure.
I
but
really
just
want to.
general tasted men. You good, sis?
Yes. So I really want to know like how she's doing. And how life is living.
I wish her well.
I do
Yeah.
too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so he started that character and it just resonated from there. And it started to just blossom to where he started doing shows at the Groundling. And it got very popular. He started writing stuff with John Paragon and Phil Hartman. And he started doing this Playhouse bit at the Groundlings, and it got very popular to where they moved it to the Roxy in LA, to a little bit bigger of a venue than the Groundlings. I've never been to the Groundlings, so I don't know how small or big
It's
it is.
pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's intimate.
Yeah. So,
I mean, so's the Roxy. All those Sunset Strip clubs, too. I feel like, not strip clubs, but clubs on the Sunset Strip.
You know,
You know.
You do use strip clubs. It's
Well,
just-
look.
yeah, it's fine.
In
Yeah.
this economy? Nah. But all of I feel like all those, it's always interesting with those historic venues when you walk in and you're like, oh, this is it? This is all, where's the rest of it? People were smaller back then, I think. It's
Yeah.
fine. Just
We've grown into
shorter and
Yes.
the average person was 5'0".
Yeah.
And that's science.
That is science.
Don't Google that one.
No.
We Google the things we're not sure, but if I say it with
please.
confidence,
Yeah.
don't fact check me. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You're driving. Put your phone away.
Yeah.
So the fascinating thing about the Pee Wee character is he started doing this character, and it got very popular. He made the HBO show. That HBO show was, I guess, the starting off point of him getting the movie.
So the movie came before
The Playhouse.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That's very interesting.
I don't think I knew that.
Well, and this brings up a question from Joseph DeFilippis 07.
Hi.
How much credit should Tim Burton get for the success of Big Adventure?
Oh, I think tremendous, because that was one of Tim Burton's first movies.
Yeah.
And like Tim Burton in general, like he did a couple of movies beforehand. He did it. The reason why he got the gig was, funny enough, Paul Reubens called Shelley Duvall. He's just like, oh, I had no Shelley Duvall, so I'm going to call her. And asked her.
I would bring it up.
Yeah.
I would name drop it all the time.
Yeah. So he asked her, like, hey, do you know a director about, because basically the movie was going to be happening. They had a director in mind for him, and Paul Reubens was like, no, I don't want him. So let me try to find somebody else. And he's like, I need to find one in a week. He called Shelley Duvall. Shelley Duvall introduced him to Tim Burton. She said, look at this movie called Frankenweenie, which was a short film.
I love it so much.
And then all of a sudden, he's watching the movie. Like, during the movie, he's like, he's the perfect director.
Yeah.
He's the perfect director. And
Well, good for him too, because again, it's like this tone is so hard to nail down. So good for him for sticking to his guns, because I feel like that movie with the wrong director could have been a train wreck.
Yeah, and it happened, and in my opinion, it did happen with another Pee Wee Herman movie, because Tim Burton wasn't available. But with this one, he was able to kind of like get the character for what it was, and also the story of Pee Wee Herman trying to find his bike because his bike was stolen. You know, that's great.
And I will say, if you haven't seen this movie, or you haven't seen this movie in a while, I rewatched it fairly recently.
Yeah.
Man, it's good. It holds up so exquisitely.
So
it's so funny. It's so fun. Honestly, we were watching it and I was like, man, I want Tim Burton to do more shit like this. You know, listen, I'm a creepy little girly, and I love the weird Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Like weird, spooky, gothy Tim Burton, but I'm like, I kind of wish he made 5 more movies with just this sort of screwball, over-the-top comedy tone, because
I like whimsy Burton.
Yeah.
It was
I suppose you get both with Beetlejuice then pretty quickly, but then he leaned so hard into the creepy that it's like, it's not bad, it's just...
I mean, there was a little creepy. I mean, you get a little subtleness in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I mean, Large Marge.
We got a question about her, too.
Yeah, someone was asking.
Christopher Lee, 1978.
How traumatizing was Large Marge?
I don't think it was that traumatizing to me, because I don't...
Oh, Brave Boy.
Well, here's the thing, like,
okay.
One of my first scary movies that I ever saw was Child's Play, and I like, because there was a puppet involved, there was a toy.
Yeah.
So I was still a kid, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see that, and it didn't really do anything to me. I mean, I think later in life when you see movies, because now I'm like, oh shit, that's scary.
I have anxiety now.
Gosh. Yeah. Oh gosh, like, you know, watching like something like The Exorcist or, you know, stuff like that. I'm like, you know, as a kid, I was like,
funny.
That, you know, maybe I'll have nightmares later in my life. I'll deal with this when I'm an adult.
Because I recall that being a slightly traumatizing. That was up there with the library scene in Ghostbusters, for like everyone around me's laughing. But I just remember when we watched Ghostbusters when I was a kid, I was like sitting on the floor in front of my whole family. And my whole family was like laughing, and I was just silently crying. Like, if I don't turn my head, they won't notice how scared I am, because apparently I'm not supposed to be this scared. I rewatched it, I was like, no, I was right, actually.
I thought he was so cute. I thought Slimer was just a cute little booger.
Oh, not
I loved
Slimer.
him. In the library. The witch lady?
Yeah.
Or the librarian.
Yeah.
Okay. I always think of him
fine.
getting slimed. That's what I always think about with the
Slimer's
library.
fine.
Oh, but
that's my boy right
that's
there.
your guy? What, decrepit librarian ghost.
Yeah.
That's the one who scared you.
That fucked me up.
Okay. I think because I watched the cartoon before I saw the movie, I was like, this is fine. Ghostbusters are going to fix everything. I don't give a shit. Brave little kid.
But
See,
yeah.
we swapped. You started watching all the spooky spooks, and as I got older, I was like, oh, absolutely not. No.
Fair.
Nothing. None of this will enter my mind.
I recently, it's okay if I jump here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. We have a timeline. And we've never sidebarred.
No, not one time.
Last or a couple of years ago, when Paul Reubens passed away, they did an AFI screening of Pee-wee's Big Adventure at the Groundlings Chinese Theater, which I just found out that was actually the first time that it was shown. When they premiered it in the 80s, like, it was actually at that theater.
Oh, cool.
It's not Grauman's anymore. It's like whatever company owns that, and then Chinese theater. So I went to go see
The
it there.
crypto arena.
Yeah,
Chinese theater.
cryptoarena.com.
Chinese
Chinese
theater.
theater, yes. It was cool because, oh gosh, I always get her name wrong. Please forgive me, folks. Greta
Gerwig?
Gerwin.
Gerwig.
Gerwig.
Gerwig?
Gerwig.
Gerwig. Okay, because I was going to say Thurnberg. That's why.
She's like, climate change, very important.
Yes,
but man, I love when he does the little dance on the bar. She's like, I will sidebar my quest to save the world.
I would love to hear her beautiful little German accent talking about how much she loves this movie.
It was great. So she
beautiful scene.
introduced it. So I guess she introduced this movie because she was like, it was a big influence on me, and it was great. And this was the first time that I actually saw the movie in a theater. Because I, like growing up, like my first movie that I ever saw in the theater was La Bamba. That's a whole different story. But this one was like seeing, and then there were so many people that were in the audience that were actually in the movie. Lynn Marie Stewart was there. She played Miss Yvonne in Pee-wee's Playhouse. Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name, but the character that played Simone was there too. And it was great to watch and hear everybody reacting to certain things, because there were so many. There's actually, I have a feeling there were some people that actually hadn't seen the movie before. And when they saw the movie, reacting to like the different things that were happening, like they were like cheering, or like, it was great. It was awesome just to watch that experience.
It's so magic to see a movie kind of by heart, and then to hear other people respond to it.
Right.
I feel like it just makes it a whole different
so
experience.
So like being able to watch that movie like in a movie theater, and especially at that theater in general, it was awesome. Wow. So he did the movie, and then I think it was CBS. CBS said, "Hey, we want you to do a TV show," and originally it was going to be a cartoon. And he's like, "No, I want to do a live action one, and I want to do kind of like what we did for the Groundlings show, just kind of have it like that." And he's like, "Oh, well, we want it like it was going to be a TV. It was going to be for children, basically." And it just started this whole thing of 5 seasons of Pee-wee's Playhouse, just going like having like the tropes of the secret word of the day, and having Miss Yvonne and Cowboy Curtis and Rita coming into the Playhouse and just like, visiting him.
We did get a question from Rain Check on Reality. Who's your favorite side character?
Terry.
From the hip.
I don't know why.
That wasn't meant to be a judgmental why.
Yeah.
Terry.
Terry, I think it's because I love quoting Terry, because Terry is such...
He's a pterodactyl.
He's a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
He's a pterodactyl. And because there's so many... Like, Cherry is great. She is like the heart of...
She's a chair, if you haven't
She's
seen
a chair,
it.
basically. There's Flory, Clocky, and you can all imagine what they are. So, Terry...
The answer may surprise you.
Terry is... in my opinion, is kind of a miniature version of Pee-wee Herman. And because like he gets very salty, and he gets very braggadocious at certain times, because that's how people are.
When again, it's that agelessness where like
Yeah.
sometimes he does shit where it's like, oh, you're shitty like a little kid shitty. Like you're
Right.
not malicious. You're just
Yeah.
like kind of stubborn and
little turd.
short-sighted.
He's a
and,
little turd.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's how I describe most children.
yes.
Little turds.
I actually have two answers for that one because like from the puppets, it's gonna be Terry, and for the humans, it's obviously gonna be Miss Yvonne because I just love that character so much, and it's like just to see like a woman, just like being so beautiful and gorgeous and coming in and everybody's just like so in love with her. I just loved it. You know, it's so great.
That's why we get along so well.
Yes.
Same energy.
Yeah,
That's
same energy.
every time. He's
Yeah.
like, Amy, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you and your Miss Yvonne energy. It's so nice. I always just get jump scared by Cowboy Curtis going, oh yeah, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Every single
Isn't that
time.
crazy?
I just blank it out of
It's
my
so
mind. Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Well, because as a kid, it was just that's Cowboy Curtis.
Yeah.
And then when I saw The Matrix, I had that,
It's like,
the fuck is he doing here?
it's like
That's the glitch in the Matrix. You're supposed to be in the playhouse. Man.
Someone was asking, just talking about the show, do you think Pee-wee's Playhouse holds up? Was their question. Is it worth a watch as a casual fan? And I would also just ask, like,
yeah. Absolutely.
would you recommend if someone isn't familiar with Pee-wee, where would you say jump in? Is it the show? Is it the movie? Is it get a time machine and go to Groundlings?
That's a
where
really
do
good
you?
question.
That's a really good
Good
question.
job. I should have a podcast.
You should.
Oh my gosh. I would probably suggest this is fascinating because there's so many different things you can watch him on where it's like, oh, I would say probably the Pee Wee Herman show, which is the Groundling show.
Okay.
There's quite a few
Like
stuff.
the first one he did for HBO.
The one he did for HBO.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's kind of the same energy as the Pee-wee's Playhouse, but just more geared towards adults.
Yeah.
And then I think if you are able to laugh at that stuff and really like identify or just have fun with it, then I think you'd be a fan.
Yeah.
I think you would be a fan because, you know, it's in a way it's kind of a little bit of a different character than what he's portraying later in his career because Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the movie, he was a little bit more, I guess, of an adult because you see him in a house, you see him like he has a dog, he owns a house, and you know he does everything like. I guess normal people.
Which
do.
again is strange. Like the more you show me of Pee-wee, and I love that movie, but there are moments where it's like, so like, what are you?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what-
yeah. Like, how did you get this house? Like, I want to know, like, how you actually, you know, like, foreclosured this place.
Right.
And, like, you know, like, what the mortgage is on this.
Yeah,
you know?
and where is that money coming
Yeah.
from? And what do you
Yes.
like? Like they do some like romantic, like a little more legitimate romantic stuff in that one, where it's like, well, now hold on.
Yeah.
I know you won the dating game, brother, but
Yeah.
I got questions and I don't want them answered. So let's keep moving.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
think-
mean, it's an hour long, and you can find it anywhere.
I will say one I really love, and I think maybe I must have seen the movie as a kid, but what I always associate him with is the Christmas special,
Christmas special is so good.
which I highly recommend
so
if you've
good.
never seen it. It's so funny.
Never.
It's so funny.
I love Christmas and I love him.
It's peak Pee-wee.
Yeah, it's a staple of my Christmas watching.
Okay.
They have 8 million special guests.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they intentionally make it kind of insane
It's-
how many special guests they get.
Well,
That's
like,
awesome.
yeah, and like, you know, he was very influenced by like stuff from the past, like Howdy Doody and shows like that from that era. And you always have like these Christmas specials where you have like a bunch of like people that were like, you know, oh my gosh, like Annette Funicelli and Frankie Avalon and Cher was in it and Whoopi Goldberg and Magic Johnson. Like, there's so many different people that were in this.
And it's so fun, however. It's like, oh, Charo, sure. Yeah, that's when this was.
But that's kind of how the trope was back in the 70s, too, with, like, specials like that. It's like, oh, today's special guest, Milton Berle, or,
Isn't there the joke that Magic Johnson and the Magic Screen are cousins?
Yes.
That's
phenomenal.
great.
It's a delight.
Yeah.
It's an absolute, it's just a peak. Like, if you haven't seen it, and you like Pee Wee at all.
Charo singing Feliz Navidad.
Yep.
I mean, typecast, whatever. She did a great job.
She did a great job. It's a delight.
Yeah.
I just realized we should have had a secret word for this podcast. We fucked up.
I mean, Mike, you could just pick one, and we'll be like, you had it all along.
Yeah.
I'll edit this in. Pick a word we haven't said yet. Pick a word you feel confident.
Oh my God, I was gonna
we
pick a word.
haven't said yet, so I can edit this in at the beginning.
Zizzy Baluba. It's if you're a Pee Wee fan, you'd probably get that. So.
Oh fuck, I'm not.
No, it's okay.
I'm going to shoehorn it in a way that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Make it sound so natural.
That's how the episode went, by the way. So I'll have it come naturally to me.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I know you had mentioned that seeing Paul Reubens in some other projects did have that kind of jarring effect.
Yeah.
When you hear his voice, though, in Tim Burton projects, do you have that kind of moment of like, that's my guy? Or is it still... Okay.
It happened... Well, it wasn't his voice. It was his image when I saw Batman Returns. Because I was like...
I actually just...
Pee Wee Herman. And that's Simone. And so, like, I'm watching this and I'm like... Oh, that's interesting. Like, he just, like...
I actually just watched this for the first time the other day, and I was like, I watched the first hour of it.
Okay.
And then I got eepy. And I'm actually going to go see it today on the big screen.
Ooh.
Very cool.
That's going to be fun.
Shout out to my lifeblood being an AMC A-list.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was trying to explain to someone yesterday how if they took my A-list away, I think it would kill me. Like, genuinely. But yeah, I had a total, like, am I nuts? Is that...
It's probably like my favorite thing he's done after. Well, there's probably other stuff too, but because I loved Batman Returns. It's like my favorite Batman movie.
First hour is excellent. I'll get back to you on the second. You're in for this evening.
Because like as an LGBTQ plus person, everybody thinks like Catwoman would be my favorite. She's hot. She's great. She's gorgeous. I would love to emulate her. But I identify so much with the Penguin.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, I identify with the Penguin
Danny DeVito's so good. Doing good in that.
So good.
Someone pointed out that movie's just like a movie about three broken, sad, lonely people putting on little costumes to make themselves feel better.
And make all of us feel better.
It's such a masterpiece.
It's wonderful.
First hour, masterpiece.
Yeah.
If you have not already...
I see the second hour and I'm like, oh.
Dog shit.
Hated it.
Oh, no. First part, great. Just make sure you leave here and then never return to it.
It's like the time I watched Moulin Rouge and I looked at my friend and we were like, we could turn it off right now and be happy. And we did. We turned it off before Satine died. Spoiler.
Sorry.
If you have not seen it already, they did one of those lie detector tests with Danny DeVito and showed him pictures of the Penguin show with Colin Farrell. And he's like, oh no, he's really good in it, and then shows pictures of Batman. And he was just like, I mean, that's Batman, pointing to Michael Keaton. He was like, these other people I'm sure are very lovely.
Oh, that's
But
so
it's just so fun of him just being like, no, Michael Keaton is the best Batman ever, and talking about his experience on that set and everything. He's so good in it.
He's
fantastic.
so
So incredible.
It's probably one of my favorite roles he's ever done.
Yeah.
Like, Always Sunny in Philadelphia is great, but like, as like Danny DeVito, as far as like acting goes, because he's just having fun in Always Sunny. This one, he just blew my mind with this movie.
I love when Penguin's feral. I don't like when he's like a fancy gentleman.
No,
I don't like that. I like when he's just
feral,
a fucked up bird.
But not Colin.
Exactly. That one, fine, actually. Pretty good. Pretty dang good. Those Emmy nominations and everything, warranted. However.
So we have the show. And then because the show said, you said that was 5 years?
Yes.
Or 5 seasons?
5 seasons, yes. Probably 5 years.
It'd be.
Yeah.
Say it with confidence.
Yes. 5
You're
years.
driving, don't check. What happened to Pee-wee? After
that, you know, it's interesting. He something happened. Where
Oh, sure. I didn't mean that to be as leading a question.
No. And that's okay, and we'll talk about this.
Speaking of AMCA list, have you seen any good movies?
He unfortunately
Did he come to this place for magic or something else?
Yes.
He came in that place.
Yes, he came in that place, and yes,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, and you know what?
It happened,
It
and
happened,
honestly,
and it's fine. Yeah.
Maybe this is a naive question. What else are you supposed to do in an adult theater? I don't understand what the point is then. You just go and go, excellent, I'll make a note of this.
locked in for later.
I love the cinematography.
Yeah, the costuming.
Yes.
I suppose if anyone doesn't know, Paul Reubens got in some legal trouble later in his career for I mean, I don't even, I feel like, because part of, I think, where this story got, like, misinterpreted is it was that, like, euphemistic, like, inappropriate behavior in a movie theater. And it's like, that makes it sound, I would argue, worse than it was.
Absolutely.
Yes,
He was at an adult film theater, and he was doing what people often do to adult films.
Yeah.
Should you do that in public? Technically, legally, no, but I'm not a fucking cop. So.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, too. This was, early 90s? So I don't know, you know, how it was back then or what the... I mean, I'm sure the laws are still the same. But unfortunately...
But you didn't have a computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Or it was taking you, 2 hours to download one boob?
Yeah. Someone would
Yes.
jump
One
on a
butt,
phone to you and you'd be
one-
like, no,
Yeah.
Mom,
One ball? I
trying
don't
to
know.
get a ball. Come on.
Yeah.
But I feel like it got so misconstrued. Again, because no one was just coming out and saying, like,
Sure.
this is the exact situation.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't go to, like, a regular showing of a movie and, like, trying to come on
He
to
wasn't
someone.
in a public theater watching Beetlejuice giving somebody a hand job, you know?
Right.
But
I will say, because of this, because there was an image of his mugshot, that's when you knew, like, the Pee-wee character is not Pee-wee.
yeah.
And so, like, for me, it's hard to say because, like, for me, I was like, oh yes, Pee-wee Herman is Pee-wee Herman, especially when, like, you see the credits on the show.
It's like that Paul Reubens Pee-wee Herman divide.
Yeah,
is
starring
sorta,
Pee-wee Herman.
Yeah.
I mean, you would see Paul Reubens' name in there. It was mainly, like, written by Paul Reubens.
Oh, interesting. But he would never be credited as
Pee-wee Herman. And it was the same thing in the movie, too. Pee-wee Herman played himself and written by Paul Reubens. So, you know, that was an interesting thing, too.
That's such a choice.
Yeah. So, like, during this process of Pee-wee Herman coming up with this character, Paul Reubens said, like, I definitely just want to play this character as somebody who is this character, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't Paul Reubens going, hey, I am this character. It was Pee-wee Herman going out there and going, hi, I'm Pee-wee Herman.
Well, it's
And so, like, he would get the star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame as Pee-wee Herman. He would do everything as Pee-wee Herman. He would go on interviews as Pee-wee Herman. One of the earliest things he's ever done was go on David Letterman's show and do the Pee-wee Herman character.
Yeah.
And that was actually one of the first, besides the dating game, was one of the first introductions of Pee-wee Herman. And so, like, David Letterman would have him on the show, and he would just do his Pee-wee thing. And he would just go like, hi, David, you know, it's like, I just went to, you know, over here and all of a sudden, like, I got this stuff for you. And he would bring out like a box of like so many things. He's like, I got you this. And like just little toys that he would get at like a dollar store, or how much everything costed.
I could listen to you do that impression all day. Please
Yeah.
continue. It's so delightful.
Thank you.
Just scratching something. I'm like, is this ASMR? Are we doing it?
So like he would just do this but the ambiguity of him as his character was like, is this an actual person or is it somebody playing the actual character?
When I think it was part of maybe the strength of Pee-wee of like,
Yeah.
I think someone who, like a lesser comedian or someone who didn't quite get it may have played it more like winking. and more self-aware.
Yeah.
And I do think it's part of why Pee-wee works so well is that he's just
absolutely.
so fucking committed.
Yeah.
Well, and also I don't think other comedians would have the humility, too, to not do Pee Wee Herman played by.
Yeah. No, people know Pee-wee Herman before they know Paul Reubens.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I always think it's a sandwich order, and I'm like, good for you.
I always...
Oh, I could go for a Paul Reuben right now.
Right? Doesn't that sound good? With extra pickles? Yeah. Nice.
A little sauerkraut on that bitch.
Ooh,
baby.
I think too. I listened to this interview he did where he all of a sudden was Paul Reubens, and he's like, the character of Pee Wee Herman was to just I wanted people just to enjoy themselves, and like it's. Sorry, if I get I don't know if you've ever had anybody emotional on this show.
We
before.
have.
Mikey, I cry twice a day, bare minimum. Please continue.
Okay. But like,
sometimes there's a mic in front of me. Don't worry.
I'm human Xanax, so whatever you need.
Later finding out that Paul Reubens was gay, like he was. I don't want to say if he was in the closet or anything because his friends knew.
Yeah.
And he had a partner, and it was just something that wasn't known to all the world, and especially for someone who is LGBTQ plus or identify as gay as well, that really spoke volumes to me. And I didn't really think about that because it came out last year when after he passed away, that he during this documentary that Pee-wee as himself, where he talks about him being with his partner for several years, and like. Being able to identify with that, especially not just on the fact that he was that, but also identifying as this character, never wanting to grow up, never wanting to just, never wanting to do anything that's like serious or whatever. Like that kind of was the icing on the cake for me when I found that out. And so like immediately when I found that out, well, actually, it was like it in a way it kind of made sense to me, but I never thought about his sexuality in any way, shape, or form. I mean, like there was times in the show where he was being flirted with by Miss Yvonne, or in the movie by Dottie, but it never like spoke volume to me of like him being somebody that was in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
Like having like a love interest. He did have a love interest in another movie. I tend to forget about that movie a lot, which was Big Top Pee-wee. Because it wasn't, in my opinion, his finest work. But at the same time, when you later find out that he really enjoyed doing that movie because it was an homage to him wanting to be in the circus when he grew up.
Aww.
So it was like, oh... Like, I kind of felt bad that I didn't like the movie. And a lot of Pee-wee fans didn't like the movie because it wasn't that Tim Burton movie that we all saw. It wasn't the Playhouse that we saw. It wasn't like, it was just him in real life meeting these characters from the circus and all these town people. And it was just, it just wasn't anything that was... like my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So
I love when a fan, though, can recognize when, hey, I love this kind of thing or this IP or this character, but not everything always fires for me. But I'm so appreciative when but I can find something in here. I love his joy that he had. I love that this happened.
Yeah,
that's the best way to consume media.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is just,
Yeah.
I hope that you all enjoy it. It's not for me.
it was
but good
sad.
job.
It was really sad to know that it was considered a flop. And not a lot of people liked it. So like he kind of got really sad about that. That's kind of when he left that, when he took time off. And that's when the whole thing happened.
Yeah.
And the character just never made it to air. I think the last appearance of the Pee-wee character before he came back in the late 2000s was him on the MTV show going, see any good movies lately? So, and that was the last time we like saw the character. And then Paul Reubens was able to have a career as Paul Reubens.
Yeah.
And do other things and do interviews as himself and do I I think those were my favorite. The movies were probably good, but seeing him as Paul Reubens doing interviews on Conan O'Brien or The Tonight Show, like those are my favorite.
Yeah,
because it's just like, oh yeah, we're getting to see like oh I hear Pee-wee's voice in there.
Yeah,
it was fantastic. So.
Cool to get that peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
I feel like we got a couple questions that I would sort of call the legacy of Pee-wee.
Sure.
Someone just asking about, there's now the, if you ever drive out towards Palm Springs, have you been to the Cabazon dinosaurs?
I visited a couple of times. When he passed away, they, I didn't realize it was there. Because Mama likes to gamble sometimes. So
you were going to Morongo?
I was going to Morongo, girl. I was going to Morongo.
Shout out to that freeway that blew up our tires one time, and we had to spend the night in Banning, California. And then we went to Morongo. Well, they waited to get some tires. It was a bad day. But I love
then
me
you got
some
to go to
Morongo.
Morongo.
You got to go to Morongo.
You gotta go to Morongo. So yeah, if you head out 2 hours towards the desert, you hit a spot that has the dinosaurs.
Yes,
the
actual
T-Rex
dinosaurs.
from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah,
which is one of my favorite images in that movie. I will say this: that's where Tim Burton's. Like, every time I think of a Tim Burton film, that image of the dinosaurs, the red and green dinosaur, just pop up. It's just beautiful.
Yeah,
like, I would just have
so
that on my
perfectly
wall.
weird and iconic, and
So good. So I didn't realize it was there until maybe like a few years ago, actually.
Wow.
Because I didn't know where that place was.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, it's in California.
Cabazon?
Yeah.
The Paris of California. The Paris, Texas of California, to be clear.
That's accurate.
Yes. So I went there to visit it, and when he passed away, the person that I think owns that
Creationist museum.
I don't know. I think it's a museum, actually.
It is a creationist museum, though.
Yeah,
it is like dinosaurs and man.
Yeah.
Same time. I'm pretty sure if you actually go in there, it's like, oh, that's not okay.
They dressed the dinosaur up as Pee-wee.
I saw that,
and it was so good. So I went there. I went to go pay my tributes to it because I was like,
and did you get a little slot time?
I got a little slot time. I ain't gonna lie.
You hit Morongo?
Yeah.
You blew up a tire? Highly recommend.
No. I blew up something else though. Oh no. Sorry. I was supposed to be an innuendo. Sorry.
Was that?
You can cut that out if you want.
No.
No, we're gonna keep that in. Okay.
Double down and explain that.
Explain it.
No,
draw a picture.
You go on a nap and you find somebody and
And then what?
and then our tires blow up.
And then you blow it up.
Yes.
Mikey?
Yeah.
How does sex work?
Well, when a man
goes to a movie theater.
Beautiful. I will say this. So I went to go see that, and then there were so many people that had like letters and like cards for him.
Aww.
And it was really cool. And then the mask of I forget what the character was in Nightmare Before Christmas, but he played
Lock, Shock, or Barrel.
Yeah, he played one of the.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He's not Mr. Santa Claus.
And so, like, he played the character for that, and they had the mask there too. And I was like, oh. So it was just really cool to see that. And so yes, I visited that place, and it was magical.
And then we also got a question about how do you feel about Corey David Taft asked, how do you feel about the red bike from the movie is on display at the Alamo now?
Yeah. So we're in the 40th anniversary of Pee-wee's Big Adventure this year, and so
not the Alamo though.
Not the Alamo.
No.
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah. What a lovely tribute.
I a couple of years ago I went to go visit San Antonio for a wrestling event. Mm-hmm. Went to go see the Royal Rumble.
Nice.
Shout out to just wrestling. Which, by the way, Paul Reubens...
Shout out to the concept
of wrestling. By the way, Paul Reubens was a big wrestling fan.
Oh, cool.
That tracks.
So, just FYI. So anyway, so I went to the Alamo, and I'm sorry, I went to San Antonio. I didn't visit the Alamo. I really wanted to, so now I have to go back.
I feel like I've heard them say they get asked like at least once or twice a
Yes,
week about the
yeah.
basement.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But they have it on display over there, which is fantastic.
I love that.
So I think that's great.
Yeah.
Chuck's Cantina wanted to know if you too wish that they had stayed on the Godzilla set more when he got his bike.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, kind of looking at it now, I don't know if this is me, and I apologize if I'm reading into this a little bit more. I thought that was a little racist.
Ooh.
Yeah, just because, like, I think what he was trying to do was pay homage to all the different movies that, like, influenced him. And Godzilla was one of those things that influenced him. And, for me, it was just like, oh, you have, like, a Japanese director directing a Japanese film where they were all speaking Japanese, but there was just, like, the this trope, you know? So I love me some Tim Burton and Paul Reubens, but, like, I think that was a little too much for me. Maybe I think it had its moment. I think it was perfectly fine to have that amount of time with Godzilla.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
And then I'm not pushing you to get emotional, but it's going to feel that way. Okay. All right. Smith.Watson wanted to know if you had ever gotten to meet Paul Reubens in person before he passed away.
No.
But since you didn't,
no.
If you got to meet him, if you got to talk to him, what would you want to tell him?
My gosh. I feel like he would be very easy to talk to.
Yeah.
I would not want to talk about anything that he's done in his career, because I'm sure he gets that a lot, or he got that a lot. It's like, how did you, I would do something that would be very common to us. And the one thing that was very common to us is professional wrestling. And so, like, I would want to probably watch, like, a wrestling pay-per-view or a match with him.
I love that.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's done stuff on WWE, which was like when he started promoting his because he came back around 2009, 2010, promoting his Broadway show, which was kind of an homage to the Pee-wee's Playhouse. He made an appearance on WWE Raw, where he was the guest host, and he was very prominent in that. And he, like, it was just like, oh my God, he's doing the Pee-wee thing, and, like, my two worlds are colliding right now. Sorry if I made noise.
Oh, you're good.
He made, like, my two worlds are colliding, and, like, all of a sudden, like, this is, like, I can't believe this is happening right now. I love this. And, like, reading that he's a huge fan and friends with, like wrestlers like RJ City and David Arquette and all these people, like, it's just phenomenal and fascinating to me.
That's
so
cool.
We would just watch wrestling.
Hell yeah.
And talk about boys, I guess, not knowing that he was LGBTQ+.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Anything else you want to share with the people? Either or do the tequila dance as we say goodbye.
Thank you so much for having me, by the way.
Thank you.
This was like very cathartic for me, because like Pee-wee has always been just such a big influence in my life.
Oh, you have the...
And then I have a tattoo, because when he passed away, I got the tattoo. Very subtle. Very subtle bow tie, but it means a lot to me. Because I never got to meet the guy, but it was funny when he passed away. So many people messaged me saying, "I'm sorry for your loss," and which was a little weird. And I was like, and I kind of laughed about that, because I'm like, well, I didn't really know him, but then I was still sad.
Yeah.
He left. If you haven't watched Pee-wee as himself, please watch it. It's a 2-parter on HBO Max. It just highlights so much of his career, of who he was as a person, the human that he was. He was very caring. He was very loving and nurturing, but he was also somebody that was very he really wanted the best for everything that he did.
Yeah.
And for his friends. And like he knew so many people. It was like, oh my gosh, you know Drew Carey? You know Cher? Like you have like Frankie Avalon's number on your, like, it's just weird that how many people he knew and just like kept in contact because he was just so. I will say this. I want to close with this because this was very special to me. When my friend and I, Bomb, shout out to Bomb, happy birthday by the way. We went to go see the movie at the Chinese theater, and we were gonna go get something to eat afterwards. And they were very hungry, so they were kind of like, we got to find somewhere fast. So we were walking, and all of a sudden, these two women were going, Pee-wee. I was basically dressed like this when I saw the movie. And they were like, Pee-wee, Herman, oh, we love you, Pee-wee. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And I got a little shy because I was like, oh, that's weird. That's just odd. And then we were trying to look for a restaurant still, and we passed by them again. And they're like, Pee-wee, we love you. And I'm like, oh. We found the restaurant. They were at the same restaurant. And we were just, my friend and I were just eating and everything. And then we were both realizing going, I think that's Miss Yvonne. And we wanted to go over there and be like, hi, we love you. But we weren't sure because Lynn Marie Stewart, she's, she was a little older and she didn't have the character on or anything. But like, I think that was her, and she was with a friend and they were eating the same restaurant. So I had a wonderful interaction with Miss Yvonne, and I was trying to find her like handles on social media. She has none, and so I was like, oh, I really wanted to share that with her. And then fortunately she passed away not too long ago, and so I have that awesome moment where we met Miss Yvonne not knowing if it was her or not, and basically we were kind of like trying to figure everything out. She saw somebody dressed up as her friend, and like, she was just like, we just all watched this movie, and it was just one of those things where we were just like happy to see what an amazing thing he did for everybody. Because like, everybody's dressed up as him, everybody's wearing his shirts and everything. And
such a pop cultural icon.
He just made a huge impact on so many people's lives. And so, I will just say, thank you, Paul Reubens. Thank you, Pee Wee Herman, for just being awesome. And thank you. Sorry. If you get a chance to see anything like that, Pee Wee as himself is really, really good. Yeah. It just shows like who that person is. So
thank you so much for sharing this with us.
No, don't be sorry at all.
You want to work the word of the day in real fast?
Shit, what was it?
Ziggy
Baluba.
Perfect.
Yeah,
well,
thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us. Where can people find you? What are you up to?
If you can find me on Instagram, Mikey Felix with 2 X's at the end. And I am performing at the Improv Collective in Costa Mesa, California. Every first Friday of the month, I am a part of a group called the Teachers Lounge, where a bunch of us coaches and teachers from that collective perform in Armando. And we always have a guest monologist that comes in and shares stories, and we perform stuff highlighted by that story. I'm also coaching a team named to be announced soon. We don't have a name yet. And we're doing a Townies long form show that's going to be our first debut. Their first debut is going to be the September 27th, same venue at the Costa Mesa Improv Collective. So come find me there. And you can always find me
at Morongo.
Yeah, blowing tires. Come on.
It's good to have hobbies.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you all a blown and busted tire.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Amy. I appreciate you so much, Amy.
Thank you so much for being here. And as for us, you can always follow us on all social media, all of it.
Yeah.
We're not on.
No.
I didn't care to learn how Blue Sky worked.
Oh, everyone said they were going there, and then no one went there. Is how I feel about it.
Cowards. But you can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Two Filthy Casuals Pod. As always, if you're watching and you need an audio version, that's wherever you get your podcasts. If you're listening and you want some video, get over to YouTube and find us. Please, if you have a second to give us a thumbs up, 5-star, share it with a friend. It all helps a ton. And if you want more episodes, you can find us over on patreon.com/twofilthycasualspod.
Yeah. All the things. Well done.
That was clean.
That was clean. You did great. You did excellent. That's why I had to screw up the introduction so many times, so you could just nail it at the end.
I really want to be the professional on this podcast for once in my goddamn life.
Thank you so much for chatting with us about
you so
someone
much.
who encouraged all of us to be more silly and more
Yes,
whimsical.
please. Yes,
I think
thank
we could
you.
use a lot more of that.
Of course, absolutely.
And until next time, I'm Amy Newman.
I'm Chris Carr.
And if you followed this fandom, you'd be home by now.
I can't do it. Mine's not as good.
There it is.
Mine's like indigestion.